He lines up for his second pitch here. It's looking good. He's going to take a swing at it, and that's going to get through for what looks like a nice, easy walk-in single for Nick. Nick's going to get the offense started with a single into the outfield.
Nice hit there by leadoff man Nick Romanoglo. Absolutely send the tone here early for the Fluffer Nutters.
Certainly a good piece. I had to hit against this pitcher yesterday. She is no slouch. She hits the zone at a high rate. And ball one will be taken here.
Sean Cognivan, the second baseman of the Fluffer Nutters, rips
and
it there.
He's going to rip it.
Oh, that's a drop. That's a drop.
It's going to be dropped, but Nick does not see it, and he's going to be out at second.
He is going
that is
to
one
be
out
at second. Not ideal, however, you're getting out there nonetheless.
And ladies and gentlemen, the trophy is in the building. Big boss man Ethan Godfrey has shown up with the trophy. It's as glorious as you would expect, and both teams are going to be fighting for it today.
Now stepping up, I believe this is Christopher S., who rips that one
foul. It's going to drop.
Good crowd here on hand tonight at Rafferty Stadium, despite the chill.
Yeah, it's not exactly warm here, Andrew, and we've got almost 10 fans, which for intramural sports is pretty large.
Tim Desmond still not at the first baseline, which is questionable.
Yeah, we were waiting on a first base official. Tim Desmond has decided it won't be him, as that is grounded out for a out at second base, fielder's choice. Hey, Tim Desmond, would you like to go to the first baseline? Okay, well, Garrett will be on the first baseline.
Well, that means Garrett took your job, and that is not ideal.
Not at all. And, folks, we're working on exact address locations of Tim Desmond in case you'd like to send hate mail. And that will be a ripper by Alex Pappas, and it's going to get down in the outfield for a single. And up right now is Andrew Root.
Andrew Root, also known as an intramural employee here, was working the men's game last night. Had some questionable calls on the third base line. Can we see if he makes it up here?
And that is going to be in for strike one there.
And you know, Roy, if you don't swing the bat, you're not going to do anything. So Root's better off just swinging the bat sooner rather than later.
Highly unlikely. It is co-ed softball after all. Striking out looking is not good. It's popped up in the infield. And it's going to get down for a base hit there.
Sometimes you get lucky. Root got lucky there.
No doubt. We'll see how the real deal Ryan O'Neill scores that, whether it will be an error or a hit. Do we have any word on that, Ryan O'Neill?
That's a hit, according to real deal Ryan O'Neill, and I trust the real deal, don't you?
Oh, I sure do. They don't call him that for nothing.
Now stepping up to the plate, Elena Goss, who swings at the first pitch, dribbler down the third baseline,
and it's going to be out at second.
How about that? Scoreless first inning. Rarely do you see that in intramural softball, let alone the championship, where we know these high-powered offenses just love to go at it.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. Offense brings the fans. Defense wins championships, Andrew.
Amen.
And that's going to leave 3 runners stranded on the bases. You know that can't feel good here for the Fluffer Nutters.
Why is Tim Desmond coming over
Tim Desmond, you are not a part of this. Oh, yeah. How about you go focus on your job, Tim? Tim Desmond now is going to be coming onto the mic. And, Tim, I would like to know, why were you late to your shift today?
Good evening, buddy. Yeah, there was a whole scandal about me being late, but I can just be the first one to deny that.
Deny that.
Garrett Nelson texted me at 7:41. Where are you? As I was walking over. I stepped foot on Rafferty Stadium at 7:45. I have to go back to calling balls and strikes, doing my job. A lot of people can't relate. Have a good night, everybody. I'll be back.
And let the record show that on the timesheet, it does say his shift starts at 7:30. So him walking over at 7:41 does not make him on time. It would make him late.
Tim Desmond showing why he is an underclassman, underperforming there so far this evening.
No doubt about that, as we are now batting the Papa Juans. And the first batter is up. This is Zachary Boers.
Oh, nice play by Cognivan.
But he's going to beat the throw. Great wheels there by Zachary.
As a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, our crew of the game once again, crew chief Garrett Nelson, Brendan McDermott down the third baseline, Tim Desmond on the first baseline finally, or what is he doing?
Nope, he's behind the plate. He's calling strikes.
So he's not, so Garrett demoted him?
Yeah, I think Garrett's pretty much doing the whole thing. He is the most experienced ref we have here, so there's no shocker here.
And our scorekeeper, the real deal, Ryan O'Neill.
That's going to be out for 1. Nick Romanato with a nice play, looking for 2, but he will not beat the runner, so he is going to hold it.
Oh, here's the guy where you're looking at pregame, Roy.
Yes, it is. It is Luke Montanez. He absolutely lit my team up yesterday, and I've heard nothing but good things.
3 homers last game, according to Brendan McDermott. Get you someone who can do an official and keep stats.
Wow. Real deal. You might have some competition, kid.
That's strong supervisor stuff.
And I was here yesterday and witnessed him put one into the upper deck of the bleachers. I did not know that was possible until yesterday. He is going to work a walk, however. Perhaps a smart move by the pitcher, Alex Pappas.
Now coming up is, I think this is Greg.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Let's go with Greg.
Works for me. Oh, we have a guest.
Danny Capola has decided to join us here, rocking the Rangers hat, LGR. That's going to
And
drop.
Greg is going to drop, and there's going to be an error in the outfield.
Over the glove of Shea. Montanez is coming home, and he will score. Get that bat out of the way before someone gets hurt.
That will make it 2-0. Papa Juan's. That is a strong start as they are looking at just one out.
Papa Juan coming into the game as a 2 seed, whereas the Fluffernutters are a 9 once again.
And up right now we have Ethan Johnson. There are 2 Ethans on this team, but one did not decide to show up today.
I think he's actually ineligible for the playoffs as a whole.
Okay. That was a wise move made by our leader. And it's going to be fly out by Alex Pappas.
2-0 is our score here in the bottom of the first with 2 outs.
The Fluffernutters are looking to minimize damage here. Already 2-0. Oh, and that's not going to help as that drops down for a single. Now runners on first and third. RBI opportunity for the Papa Juans.
Once again, we'd like to thank you for listening as part of WVOF's coverage here on WVOF Sports on YouTube in collaboration with the Intramural departments here at Fairfield. That one is over the head of Ramangelo, or however you pronounce his last name. His first name's Nick, I think, so we'll just call him that. That's a foul ball. He's a sophomore, by the way.
Truly a hero.
Do you know him?
I do, actually, yes. He's a friend of mine.
And what?
Yeah, I don't really know where I met him. He's just a good friend of mine.
When you work in the murals a lot, so that makes sense.
Yeah, you meet a lot of people.
That's a ball.
Alex Pappas, the pitcher actually here for the Fluffernutters, is a teammate of mine. He's a great guy, stand-up guy. We'll see if he can pitch a baseball, though, as that one's going to be popped up into the infield and is tracked down by Nick for the out. That's 3. Leaving runners stranded on third and first. It'll be 2-0 Papa Juans.
What are you seeing with observations from the first inning where Papa Juan sent a tone here early?
They sure are. There's a lot of pop in these bats for Papa Juans. It's going to come down to minimizing errors in the field for the Fluffernutters. There's not too much you can do when they really crack them. So when they don't, you need to make sure you're playing mistake-free baseball.
Now, you guys played them last night and lost, right? So what did you guys do wrong? So what do you think the Fluffernutters should do here tonight to not have what you guys had?
You know, we've mentioned this 4 times about a loss on this broadcast. You're going to make me tear up, but I will say, having played them, I think we made a few too many errors in the outfield. We had a few balls to third base that we mishandled. That's unfortunate. We were missing our shortstop, CJ Giason. Shout out to him for having a common cold and not showing up to a playoff game. What a soldier.
Tyler Danza now stepping up to the plate, who
And
rips one.
Rips one, and we'll see if he can go 2. He's going to be able to get 2 easily.
That
Will he
is
be able to lay
fair
out
ball.
3?
He has the hat on, but he can see clear as day. That is a leadoff double for the big man. Now stepping up to the plate for the Fluffernutters is Michael Peters. I don't have stats on him last game, so I just got nothing to say.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I was looking for stats, but I just have none. Real deal? You got anything?
He's an international business major, if that's our fun fact of the day.
That's why we're here. We provide fun facts about all these intramural players. Spotlight some of the greatest athletes this campus has ever seen.
How did Ryan O'Neal get the name there, Ryan?
I've heard it's a long story. I don't know if we got time for that, Andrew.
That one just misses the play, and that's going to be a ball for Peters. Runners on second and first with nobody out. Here comes the number 9 hitter, Sam Corello. It's not baseball. It's not 1 through 9. We got 1 through 14 for this Fluffernutters team.
This is a large spot here for the Fluffernutters as he swings a big cut and misses the ball here. Thankfully, he's got one more to try to get it in play.
Dude wanted glory, but got nothing.
You got to admire the Fluffernutters for hanging in with Papa Juan here. They are undefeated on the year, despite only being the 2 seed. Roller to the pitcher, and he's going to beat the throw. We now have bases loaded up here for the number 10 hitter, who is Eleni. Eleni choosing bats. There's a lot of options here.
We have bases loaded here, nobody out. Great opportunity here for the Fluffernutters to claw back into this game, which could do wonders for momentum.
Yeah, with this Papa Juan offense, you can't afford to leave any runners on base. So they're going to have to hope that they can drive in tons of runs here, which will be tough to do at the bottom of the lineup up. As that is going to fall foul. We're looking at a 2-1 count or 2-2 count.
That's a foul ball, I believe, which is going to be an out. As a reminder, we start 1-1 counts here in intramural softball. So that's 1 out, bases loaded. Vin Guido now stepping up to the dish.
And Guido is gonna.
Vin Guido known for cursing down the sideline when he doesn't get his way.
Well, he just fouled off, so I'd be interested to hear the language that he's using down the sideline.
I
here.
don't think we can say that.
I
up
don't
here,
think
Roy.
we can.
No, I like my job. I want to keep it.
Yeah. Let's see if Guido can fight out of this hole he's in here. We're looking at a 1-2 count. And that is going to be another foul ball, and that's going to be 2 outs now for the Fluffer Nutters.
That
Struggling
one was
to
close
capitalize.
to coming our way. Bases loaded, nobody out to bases loaded, 2 out. Not ideal, especially here in the bottom of the order.
Yeah, they are struggling to capitalize on these loaded bases. Maybe try to work a walk here, see what we can get. The pitch is up. And it's going to be swung on. Solid hit. Easily fielded by the shortstop. Flipped over to the second base for the out. And that's going to be unfortunate. They're going to leave all 3 runners stranded.
Want to give a shout out to Michael Sylvester in the chat, who is very active. Roy, he wants you to acknowledge him.
I love you, Mike. There's no doubt.
All right, let's get Tim Desmond back on the mic one more time. Roy, I believe you have another question to ask Tim.
Yes, Tim, I understand that you are interviewing for supervisor, and I just want to know what your thought process was showing up late to a championship game today. You're going to be marked as purple on this sheet.
Yeah, I know. I get that we're still talking about this false late gate, whatever you like to call it. But I'm here to address the rumors. I was on time, and now he's distracting me from calling the game.
Tim, that's a shame. I was about to ask him what time the timesheet said to show up. I can guarantee you it was not when he showed up.
Go do your job, Tim.
Tim, what was that, a ball or strike? Good call, Tim.
Garrett does not look happy with Tim Desmond whatsoever. He's known for that death stare like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Garrett is not happy.
And he is giving it out. He is not too pleased. He's smiling, but he ain't smiling because he's happy. I can
Well,
tell you
also
that.
important to note, Garrett did do Tim's supervisor interview, according to sources, I believe. So that's a little fuel to the fire there as Nelson's getting loose once again.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall for that.
Who's up?
It's a great question. Someone's up.
It's not Hunter. Let's go Samantha.
We're gonna go with Samantha.
Yeah, Hunter's right behind with the bat. It's got to be Samantha.
Wonderful.
Samantha A.
Oh, and that's gonna be to the third base. That's gonna be a tough throw, and he's gonna get it.
Absolute
Oh,
cannon
and
of
Nick
an-
going for 2. Safe.
Smart play there by Danza, not worrying about the runner holding him still. Good job getting the out there at first.
And that's heads up baseball by Nick trying to get it over to second base there. Didn't work out this time, but keep an eye out on that. Could work out later. 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. Papa Juan's up to bat with 1 out.
Julian Nazario is here for the beefing. Hopefully we got a fight here so viewers go up nonetheless.
This could be Samantha now with the bat.
I mean, hit by pitches go a long way. It's a championship. The intensity's high, the animosity. The umps are getting into it. Tim Desmond's just there. I mean, anything can happen.
Tim
honestly.
Desmond has been all over the field, and none of it's where he's supposed to be, which is on the first base line.
Because you know those persons who do everything and nothing at the same time? That's Tim Desmond in a nutshell.
It sure is, and we admire him for it. And that is going to be Samantha, as Hunter is now up to bat. So
Tim Desmond, you have a game to ref, sir.
And Samantha, the pitcher here, actually, for the Papa Juans, has a high strike rate, does not throw many balls, makes you swing at them. And Hunter's going to fly one up.
That's a high one. Is Nick going to catch it?
He is.
That's
Runners
great
are going to hold.
Great composure there by Nick for the second out of the inning. Zachary is up now.
Zachary looking to get on base here. They have 2 outs. A shot here would be big for them as he takes
That's a good
big
rip.
ripper. We're going to see runners rounding third.
Oh, they're sending
Nick
him.
is going for third base. Oh, and it's going to be an error, which is
not
going to
the
score a
trophy.
run. Hits the trophy. Shows a lack of desire to want it, really. That's disrespect to our intramural trophy.
Ethan, is the trophy okay? We're good.
We're good.
We will continue to play ball.
No error. No cracks in the trophy, thankfully.
Ryan, what inning are we in? We're in the bottom 2, and that's a fly ball.
My goodness. That's going to hit the wall.
Not a homer.
It is going to score a run, however.
That's an RBI double there for Christian M. 2-run double, and it is 5-0. Papa
And now Luke
Juan here
Montanez
early.
is up and cracks one. It's going to land fair and going to be a ground roll double.
The runner will score. However, Montanez will be held at second.
It's a shame that he couldn't hit like this yesterday. I could be on the field right now.
Why don't you think you're on the field right now, Roy?
We just didn't want it enough, I don't think. Comes down to a desire.
Now coming up for Papa Juan is Greg.
And Greg is going to take the first ball, and it's going to be
What did Tim Desmond call
no
there?
signal from Tim Desmond.
Tim Desmond really needs to communicate with us better.
It looks like a strike.
That's
It's
a
not
rip
going
by
to matter.
Greg.
Greg's going to hit the wall here, and they are piling it on in this second inning. 2 outs, and they just can't seem to get the third. That's going to be a triple for Greg.
Yeah. Fluffner's not looking great right now. They need to be in damage control. You just need one more out to get the bats going.
This happened to us in the first inning yesterday. This is a thing that the Papa Juans can do. If they string together a couple ABs, it's tough to stop them.
Yeah, Papa Juan wants to dig this hole deeper right now.
Yeah, some heroic second baseman got us out of it yesterday. There's a dribbler that's going to go down as a single. Sometimes you're good, sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're both. Right there, he's just lucky.
Yeah, Fluffners can't catch a break right now.
As
They
a
want
pitch for
those
Pappas.
T-shirts.
And there we go. It's going to be a ground up to the pitcher. Played well by Pappas into Romanoglo, as that is going to finally be the third out for the Fluffernutters.
Believe now we are going into the top of the third. The score is 7-0 Papa Juan.
This needs to be a big inning here for the Fluffernutters. This is the exact same hole we found ourselves in. We got a good inning, but it wasn't enough. We'll see if they can do better than us.
Undisputed Rookie of the Year referee Brendan McDermott here. You know, Roy, talk about people who are going to be supervisors. You're looking at one right here.
I love to hear
Absolute
that.
guarantee.
Well, did you show up on time to your shift
You're
today?
goddamn right I did.
Oh, you did. So
I'm a
you might be
astute-
green on the
I'm
sheet
an
when I check it
astute
later.
Professional. That's all I can
Wonderful. What do you want? You could say something next half inning, Tim Desmond. We'll see how you ref this one. Focus on your job, not this job.
Now stepping up for the Fluffernutters, Nora Shea, the 13 hitter, is going to take the first one for a ball, at least from our angle. Tim's going to make that call, though, once again.
Sadly, Tim's over here trying to get back on the mic. I'm not sure he knows what his job is tonight. And that's going to be a great shot there. It's going to fall for a single.
Good.
The 13 hole stepping up.
Yeah, much needed there from the Fluffernutters. Need offense by any means necessary right now as Luke Olson is stepping up to the dish.
And Luke Olson here batting 14th in the order, I believe.
What
Yes,
did
it
he
is.
do? He must have done something to one of his teammates that did not make them happy.
We'll see if he could show them they're wrong here as the pitch comes in. He's going to take ball one.
He looked like he wanted to swing at that one. Roy just held up at the last minute.
And a wise move here as he's going to move himself up in the count. And he's going to take a crack at that one. It almost hits Nelson in the outfield, but that's just a pro as he gets out of the way. Single.
We got runners on second and first, nobody out, and Romo is up. Thank you, Nick Tort, for the correction there. We will get his name right.
Nick Tord, I would prefer if you did not comment on these videos. This is not about you. This is about these players.
Nick Tortello also in running for supervisor for the 24-25
No
intramural
chance.
season.
No chance.
There will
Might as well withdraw that application.
14 out of 25
And
applicants will be accepted.
Romo is going to fly out to the pitcher there. And this is absolutely a spot the Fluffernutters need to take advantage of. 2 runners on base from their 13 and 14 as the top of the order gets up. They need runs right now, and they need them in bunches.
Yeah, Sean Cogovan's got to do something here. The number 2 hitter,
It's a
0-1
big
on
spot.
the game.
And he's going to rip one in the outfield. We'll see if the outfield can track it down. And they can. No tag up as they are going to be stuck on first and second. 2 outs now.
Another moment, though. You had runners in scoring position with no outs, are unable to capitalize. Not ideal for the Fluffernutters whatsoever.
As it stands, the story of this game is going to be the Fluffernutters abandoning runs on base. They already have 5. They're looking at 7 if this man gets out right here in the 3-hole.
And Tim Desmond is in our
And that's going to be an absolute ripper. And it's over the wall. That's a home run for the Fluffernutters. Scores 3.
just what the Fluffernutters needed. That was Christopher S. We will get you his last name shortly, nonetheless.
And Christopher, the 3-hole hitter, he's there for a reason, as that is a massive play. There we go. He touches the home plate. He
That
almost
is
didn't touch it.
7-3 Papa Juan cuts the lead. Much needed here.
And now Alex Pop is here in the 4-hole. He's going to need something special here. They need another run.
Oh,
And
yeah,
they-
especially with Andrew Root on deck.
yeah, that's not what you want to see if you're the Fluffernutters. You could see any name up next, and you see Andrew Root. That's despicable.
I mean, you can't even see with that big-ass hat on him.
The last thing you want is him on base and have, and he's going to rip it to short, and it's fielded wonderfully by the shortstop and thrown to first, and that's going to be the third out of the half inning. As we go into the bottom of the third, the Fluffernutters trail 7-3.
Nonetheless, Fluffernutters finally getting on the board. Need a
Tim
shutdown
Desmond,
inning
here you go. I'm going to lose it.
Is there anything you would
All
like
right,
to
good
say?
evening, everybody. Once again,
What's
was
your name?
not late. J-Mo, excuse me, I'm in the middle of something. I'd like to give a special shout-out to Nicholas Tort. Nick Tort has the most removals from an intramural group chat as a 20-something-year-old adult. Embarrassing, some would say. I'm sure he's proud about that. He'll probably be sending a meme in the group chat in about 5 minutes or 5 seconds. Anyways, enjoy the game.
Can we do our jobs? And you do your job, okay? Sorry about that. Technical difficulties here on WVOF, and we will make sure Tim Desmond never touches a intramural field again, let alone broadcast.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I feel like if our viewers have to hear that nails on chalkboard voice one more time, they might just leave the stream.
Let's get back to the game. That's what actually matters, not a sophomore. Who's up now?
That is going to be a 2-2 count here.
The score is 7-3. We are in the bottom of the third.
For Madeline. Madeline is going to pop one up to the pitcher, and that's going to be the first out here for the Fluffernutters. They need 2 more quick as they're approaching the bottom of this Papa Juan order. The best way to beat this Papa Juan team is to throw strikes, and that is going to pop off of the pitcher's glove, and the shortstop is going to make a great play on it.
Bang, bang play there. Nonetheless, heads up awareness there by Kogovan for the second out.
That looked like something straight out of Mario Super Sluggers, Andrew.
Yeah, they lost last night bad, didn't they?
They sure did. They beat me as well, so let's stop talking about that.
You can catch the men's game tomorrow night at 9:45. We will be back, unfortunately.
And that's going to be a low pitch. We'll see if Tim Desmond will call it. It doesn't look like he's going to.
I mean, when Tim Desmond's facing the other way, it's not ideal, Roy.
Andrew Root on the mound right now. As we neglected to say, there is a pitching change here, as Alex Pappas has been pulled for Andrew Root to mixed results so far, as he's going to walk the batter.
That one, you heard that on the plate. Great pitch placement there by Root.
And this is going to be Samantha, the pitcher for Papa Juan, up at the plate right now as she faces a 2-2 hole.
Have a runner on first, 2 outs.
And that's going to land on the plate as it's called by home plate umpire Tim Desmond. That is a wonderful pitch by Andrew Root to get them out of that inning without any runs.
And speaking of Andrew Root, he will be leading off the top of the 4th inning. Good to see
What a nightmare. Can you
him
go away,
bounce
Tim
back
Desmond?
after 7 runs already.
Tim
Tim,
Desmond,
we need
do
to
your
establish
job.
professionalism here. Andrew Root, the sole lefty, I believe, on this Fluffernutters team. That's to his advantage, disadvantage. You can call it how you see it. I don't know. There's something about lefties, Roy.
There just is something about lefties on this co-ed field. On the men's field, lefties tend to struggle, but you bring them to co-ed, and they tend to hit way more home runs. It's just how the field's set up. It's the only reason I only had 1 home run, I swear.
Root sporting Penn State today. Interesting to see why. As
And
we
the
are here in
Lakers on
Fairfield,
top.
Connecticut.
He's got the Lakers on top. I'm curious what decision led him to wearing a Lakers hat tonight.
That's
He's
a
definitely not from LA.
He just looks at Roy like, what the are you doing?
How about you focus on your at-bat instead of me, sir? This is why typically they put the commentators in a booth.
Ooh, and that hits the
Ooh.
plate.
And that's going to be a full count here to Andrew Root. There's a huge ball coming in from Samantha. It's up in the air, and Root going to step into it and line out straight to second base.
Good rip, but Greg was right there. We apologize about last names, folks. We're just doing it for our sake and honestly for your sake.
Yeah, you don't want to hear us stumble over a bunch of last names that we can't pronounce and we don't know.
Like this one. Let's just say Elena's up instead of Elena Gauss or however you.
Yeah, Elena. And that's going to be a great swing there on the first ball. It unfortunately just misses contact, and it's going to be a 1-2 count. What a successful day for the Fairfield radio station.
That's a fair
That's
ball.
a fair ball. Huge hit. Perfectly down first base. You could hear the crowd explode on that hit.
What crowd?
All 10 of them.
Hey, to be fair, pregame, we only had a max of 4 viewers by our own Ryan O'Neill. So the fact that we're at 26 right now, we thank you, Fairfield.
And we
faithful.
thank all 26 of you.
We were up to 31 at one point. I'm sure Tort kind of rage quit.
Thanks, Tort. Shout out to you for ruining the experience of the rest of our viewers. I'll blame Tim Desmond. probably a lot of mean things about me. And that is going to be a huge hit. It's going, and it's out of there.
What an absolute bomb there by Tyler Danza. That is 7-5. Papa Juan, and what was once a 7-0 lead is now 7-5 as the Fluffernutters have new life, but unfortunately it looks like Vin Guido's coming to the plate.
That is a sad story for the Fluffernutters. However, it is clear the Cinderella story has not yet struck midnight as we are here in the top of the fourth, and they are still very much alive in this game, Andrew.
Fortunately for the Fluffernutters, Vin Guido is not up. Instead, it will be Michael Peters.
That's wonderful news for the Fluffernutters. Peters got on base last time he was up today.
Vin Guido slotted the 11 hole tonight, for those of you wondering. I believe he was 8 last night, so that just goes to show what performance does.
Peters, solid hit into the outfield. We'll see if it can drop, and that's going to be tracked down by the center fielder. That's 2 outs now.
Things have died down low, but the Fluffernutters are certainly back in business. That's a sentence I didn't think I'd be saying this year.
Well, now you have.
You never know with Fairfield University and the Murals. That's why you love them.
And now Samuel will be up to bat. Samuel is 1 for 1 on the day. 1 hit, 1 at bat. We'll see if he can make it 2 for 2 for the Fluffernutters as they sit here with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Ball's in, and that is going to be a 3-1 count here. Hi, Lloyd Dennis. And that is going to be another ball, and he works a walk. Gets on base. You can't score without runners on base, so that's a wonderful at-bat by Samuel.
I mean, you said it perfectly there. I mean, I have nothing else to add except for the fact that it is Eleni now at the plate. Eleni C. We'll do initials.
Eleni, yet another reason why we're not saying last names tonight.
We do initials.
Exactly.
Eleni C. Although Vin Guido is kind of a nice name.
Eleni. It's going to be a strike, and that is going to end the inning there. A strikeout by Eleni ends the inning for the Fluffernutters, but a productive one. 2 runs to make it 7-5.
That was 5 runs.
5? What?
Or no, 3 runs, I believe. That was a 3-run bomb by Tyler Danza.
2-run bomb.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go.
That's okay, Andrew. We all make mistakes, son.
Well, for the first time, Tim Desmond is not coming over to our booth, so that's a win.
Thank goodness. We can all clap for that one.
Score a run for Intramurals. It is 7-5-1.
I can't hear you, Tim Desmond. I have headphones on, and I choose to ignore you.
Let him cook, but the stove
Hunter
isn't
now
even on.
batting, and Hunter is going to dribble one, and that's going to end up foul there.
Hunter trying to get some momentum back for Papa Juan as the Fluffernutters have cut the lead to 2. That's a
And
rip.
Hunter is going to get on base here as he rips one through the second base hole, and that's going to be a single.
Believe his brother, or I want to guess brother Luke is watching, so shout out Luke, whoever and wherever you are.
He did that one for you, Luke. Now up to bat is the top of the order for the Papa Juans. It's Zachary. Zachary rips one. It's going to stay in the park, however. They seem to slow up on the base path. They thought it was gone. It's going to be a tight play. It's going to be a double for Zachary.
Nonetheless, runners on third and second with nobody out. Ideal scenario here for Papa Juan to had their lead.
This top of the order is really where Papa Juan tends to get you here.
Papa Juan tends to get everybody.
Yeah. Christian is now up to bat. And Christian is going to watch the first and second pitch as he goes up in the count 3-1. Going to make him throw him something.
Garrett Nelson is all over the field tonight as umpire. Shout out G Money.
Christian's going to go right to Romo, who's going to get the first out of the inning, and he's looking like nope, he's going to hold.
Productive out nonetheless with your power hitter, Luke Montanez, coming up to the dish.
He was in the heat zone today. He's cooled down just a bit. We'll see if he can hit one out of the park here and Root with an absolute sky ball.
Now, if you're Root, what's your pitch plan here?
If I'm Root, I'm not giving him anything easy. If I can get some strikes on him, I will. If I have to walk him, I'm okay with that. I'd rather that than him nuke one over the fence here for 2 runs, and he's going to walk him as he gave him moonballs. He listened to me. And Root's still sporting the Lakers hat. Reminder that Andrew Root is not from the west coast of America. Nope,
No,
not
his
from there either.
sweatshirt says Penn State. I think he's from Jersey. I don't know.
New Jersey, classic home of Lakers fans.
I actually have no idea. We should ask him maybe. Get him like on an interview or something. Greg draws a ball.
We may need a sideline reporter next time.
Yeah, I think we should. Who do you think should do it?
I don't know. Could be anybody. Probably not Tim Desmond, as that's a foul ball. Runners on first and third here. The count is loaded. No, yes, the count is loaded up for Greg.
Our score is now 8-5 Papa Juan with Greg at the plate.
And Greg is going to work a walk.
Nice plate discipline there by Greg, not swinging at anything way out of the zone. Root's giving him moon balls, but Greg is not chasing.
And Root continuing with the moon balls as that one's going to be just wide.
That looked like a hit from here, Roy. I don't know what Desmond's seeing back there. Maybe he needs glasses.
Desmond, he's doing this. He's shrugging his shoulders, which is actually not an umpire baseball call. I don't know what that means.
Did you see the Yankee
That
game
one's a hit.
yesterday? Did you see the Yankee game yesterday?
I
with that,
actively ignore them. Tim Desmond also just signaled an out on the first strike of the count, so I'm really not sure what he's doing. As that is into center field, that is going to be a sacrifice fly there.
Another productive out there by Papa Juan. Papa Juan will gladly trade outs for runs 9-5.
In the Yankee game, what were you referring to there, Andrew?
Aaron Boone was thrown out because a fan said something where the home plate umpire actually ejected Aaron Boone when the fan was the one who actually said something.
Well, as a Red Sox fan, I would imagine many Yankees fans are glad Aaron Boone wasn't out there that day, as I've heard nothing but bad things from Yankees fans about him.
Nonetheless, that is the third out, and we are going into the top of the fifth. Fluffernutters down, but not out, certainly to say the least. Oh, but Vinguido's coming up.
It's 9-5. Vinguido up. Just heartbreak for all the Fluffernutter fans out there.
If he watches this, you're dead.
It's okay. He's up there with the University of Southern Florida sweatshirt.
He
That's
definitely went over there for spring break.
Very interesting decision.
And the Mets hat.
See, he might actually be a Mets fan, though. Unlike
He is a Mets fan.
yeah, see, unlike Andrew Root, who I imagine is not a Lakers fan.
Well, New Jersey doesn't have a baseball team, Roy.
Yeah, well, you pick one and you roll with it. And that is going to be an out for Guido to third base. Easily played by the third baseman there.
Solid pitching performance by Samantha tonight in the championship game. Only given 5 runs. You know, in Major League Baseball, you'd like to see that a little bit less. However, here in softball, anything goes.
And yeah, this is another in a long line for Samantha of solid pitching performances.
I mean, she knocked you guys out.
Well, sure did. And that's keep rubbing that in. I'm gonna cry, I think.
You already did.
Yeah, well, that's another fly out to third base here. Busy inning for the third baseman.
Yeah, she's looking at a complete game here, Roy, as Nora Shea steps to the dish.
Well, no reason to save the arm at this point. Andrew, this is the last game of the season. Shea is going to take ball 1. This is the end of the order here. If you're a Fluffernutter fan, you'd love to see them turn it or at least get to the point where they can't turn it next inning. Going to need a rally, and Shea going to knock one of the outfield, and it's misplayed by the left fielder.
And the phone is down. Whoever's watching that one is definitely going to rewind that.
Down goes the phone.
The phone was fair, but the ball was dropped.
Great call, Andrew.
2 errors, 1 person. Jeez.
And we are getting into the nitty-gritty of it. For those of you just joining us, it is the top of the 5th inning, 9-5, the Fluffernutters trail.
Luke Olson at the dish with the top of the order, creeping up. Luke's got to get on base here.
Olson getting on base would be massive for the Fluffernutters as he hits one to second and is fielded by Greg.
Bare hand play by Montanez. Not a care in the world
Montanez
at all.
loves those.
Montanez lives, eats, sleeps softball, Roy.
This is his life, and you got to respect him for it.
Watch him at a home run next inning.
That might spell heartbreak for the Fluffernutters if this occurs, as they are now entering the bottom of the 5th, down 4. Need a clean inning with the bottom of this order approaching. This needs to be a clean inning for the Fluffernutters.
Once again, we'd like to thank you for listening to Fairfield University's Intramural Co-Rec Softball Championship. This is the first ever we've done intramurals, hopefully not the last, pending our boss's decision. We have a green light.
And that is going to be a ground out to the shortstop. Great play by Root as he gets it to Romo. That is going to be the first out of the inning.
Saves himself from his 4th error of the day, only at 3 now.
Impressive numbers there for Root.
E1 times 3. Yikes. Or was that each watt?
Close. And Root is going to put that in for a ball. The key to this Papa Juan team is you need to throw strikes against this bottom of the lineup.
No, and Root's letting the enemy get to his head. That's not ideal considering he's wearing a hat.
Yeah, it's an awfully big hat.
He's got a big head, though.
Yeah, you can't blame the kid.
He does have nice fall, though. I wish I had fall like that.
And this is going to be Emma up at the plate, and she's going to watch all the balls. Doesn't even think about swinging as she walks to first base easily. And Root's going to need to find the strike zone here if he's going to want to help his team get out of this inning.
Down 4, maybe even more. He needs it now. Maybe call the bullpen.
I wouldn't be against it. I would love to see an arm warming up for the Fluffernutters. And Root is going to ignore the call off from his third baseman as he makes the play.
Danza and Root there, or I don't know what they're doing. Nonetheless, Root comes away with it.
And that is going to be a swing and a miss there for Samantha. They need this out, and they need it now. The last thing they need is this top of the order getting up this inning.
Danza bailed out Root on the play there.
They need this out. Oh, and he's going to miss it, according to home plate umpire Tim Desmond.
And Ethan Godfrey.
That's going to be another one, and that is going to be another ball. Root needs to hit the strike zone here. This is crucial.
Will he do it?
Oh, and the swing, and it's going to be a foul ball that's going to retire the side.
Caught a break there. Root was very inconsistent with his command. Nonetheless, gets Papa Juan to swing. We have last licks coming up, people, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere.
This is why we play the games, Andrew. Top of the order.
It is Nick. Nick is leading off. He's going to have his third at-bat here.
Romo with an absolutely massive spot here. He is at the 1 hole, so you are expecting him to get on base. We'll see if he can come through for his team.
Romo, Kogovin, and where is the number 3? Oh, Chris
Christopher.
S. He had the absolute nuke to right field. So this is the part of the order you want here if you're the Fluffernutters trying to extend your Cinderella season.
And looking ahead a bit, if they can continue this game, they are going to have to face that top of the order for Papa Juan, but they're going to have to get there first as it's dropped. My goodness, it's dropped by Montanez.
By any means necessary, Roy.
A rare error.
I think that's only his first error, so Root still leads the game overall in errors. But
a real deal. What's that going to go in the scorebook as? Real deal's not listening.
Real deal doesn't need to listen. He knows how to do his job.
That's going to be swung on, and it's going to go foul. And he's not. And the count is now going to be 1-2 here.
You have no outs. Runner on first. No
Sean.
Stealing here in Intramurals.
Sean with a big at bat, and he's going to crack one to left field, and it's going to be played by Hunter. Well played by Hunter.
Great rip there by Sean. However, this field is just very big that more likely than not, the ball is going to find the back of the glove as Chris is up to the plate.
It's a big spot for Chris. He kept them in it earlier. We'll see if he can do it again here.
He needs to, Roy.
And Chris is going to cut on it, and it looks like it might be. It's gone. Chris with his second home run of the game to keep the Fluffernutters alive.
It is 9-7. I repeat, 9-7. As Brendan wanted to give him a high five, but can't as he has to be impartial.
Well done, Brendan. That is why he may get the supervisor job, and Tim Desmond may not.
Definitely has a better odds than Tim Desmond right now.
And here's Alex Pappas.
Tim Desmond is going abroad, so we'll see how that plays out. Supervisor evaluations will be coming out later this week.
Going to cut on the first pitch he sees, and it's going to get through. Alex Pappas to first base. Only one out here for the Fluffernutters, but oh no. Disaster as Andrew Root is stepping up to hit.
All 7 fans go crazy. It appears one just left because they just saw Root step up to the plate.
Can't blame him here. They're assuming this game is over as he will ground into a double play. We'll see if the prophecy comes true here.
And the shift is on.
And Root is going to watch the first ball. We'll see how he feels about the second one.
Now, if you're Root, you've already given up 9 runs here. What's the worst you can do?
I think you want to make him back. Oh, he's going to watch a second one. That's a strike. And Tim Desmond still has not figured out the signal for a strike. It is not the out signal. It is, in fact, just pointing. Root is going to cut and miss. And that's going to be a strikeout for Andrew Root as they fall to their last out.
Not ideal for the sophomore. Elena G is the last hope for the Fluffer Nutters. Down 2. Will she hit a homer?
If Elena G can get on, Tyler Danza will be up next.
Tyler Danza already has a homer on the game.
You would love to see Elena get on base right now if you're the Fluffernutters.
We only have 30 viewers, but we thank you 30 for listening.
She's going to watch ball 2, and it's going to be a 3-1 count. She's up in the count here. She's likely trying to work a rock to get Danza up.
She is not going to swing the bat.
Is able to hit the zone. Like I said, Samantha's command is what really strikes me out about her.
Samantha needs to hit the plate. That's a priority here.
She's going to swing on it, and it's going to go foul, and that's going to be a strike, and that's going to be the game.
The Papa Juan. Why did I say the Papa Juan?
Just Papa Juan.
Papa Juan are your Intramural 2024 spring co-rec softball champions. They are demanding the shirts, and rightfully so.
And you could see the celebration, absolute elation from this team here, many of which I believe are seniors.
They are seniors, and no better way to go out if you're a senior than to come home with a T-shirt and maybe on the wall of the Recplex. That never hurts, does it, Ethan?
A true last dance situation.
That was a great documentary, then, by the way.
It truly was. And the Fluffernutters have nothing to hang their head on. They had a great fight here today, and they will be back next year as they are all just sophomores. But today belongs to Papa Juan as they take home the co-ed softball intramural Fairfield championship.
9-7. Papa Juan wins. Thank you for listening to Fairfield University's coverage of intramural softball.
Should we stay for the trophy presentation?
We shall stay for the trophy presentation.
And don't go anywhere, folks. We will be staying for the trophy and banner presentation as Ethan Godfrey, the great commissioner of our sport, is handing out the T-shirts.
Since when was there a banner?
There's always been a banner. You got to pay more attention, Andrew.
I got to win a championship.
Yeah, well, not all of us can be intramural champions here.
No, it's cream of the crop here in Fairfield University intramurals.
You're talking to a multi-time Fairfield University intramural champion.
Speaking of that, you have a B-League game at 9 o'clock.
I sure
what do
do.
the Mike Mikes have to do to advance and play potentially the Bridgeport Yetis?
Well, we've been talking a lot in the group chat today. It's all going to come down to rebounding today. It's rumored that Benjamin Lofstrom will be buying free McDonald's for anybody who can out-rebound him today on the Mike Mikes. We'll see if anyone's going to be able to take him up on that offer.
Nonetheless, Papa Juan receiving their T-shirts here.
And don't
now.
go anywhere, folks. Should we
So-
have someone grab the camera?
Do we need security for Tim Desmond?
Oh, and the lights are going to slightly go out here. Getting cinematic in here.
Do we need security for Tim Desmond? We will see.
Should we have somebody grab the camera here? Move it over, get a better shot. I've already
gave
given
a shout
that.
out. You missed it. We
You're
already
not-
gave a shout out to
Tim
Lloyd
Desmond,
Dennis.
that is none of your business, sir.
We are already up 2 subscribers from when we started this live stream.
We are killing it here. And that's the trophy raised over the head.
What's your name?
That's Zach. That's the leadoff hitter. He's elated. There he is. Look at him. That's a happy guy. Kiss that. Yeah, you earned it.
Mr. Godfrey giving out the banner now.
Go
Can we-
right. Yeah.
Can we go in
Go
front of
pose.
the camera?
Go pose. There it is. Your 2024 co-ed softball champions, Papa Juan.
Well deserved. Great season. The seniors go out with a bang.
They will complete the undefeated season,
We gotta
Andrew.
wait for the banner. We gotta wait for the banner.
The banner is coming in. There's the shirts. And look at that.
Are they
Absolute elation.
Are they in the frame?
They are sure in the frame.
They are in the frame.
Beautiful. The first ever live stream champions. There's no fraud here, folks. You can see it.
And you can play this back as many times as you want. You can show this to your kids. You can show this to your uncle. You will be remembered as a champion.
I'm sure one day Zachary will be showing his grandkids the time that he raised the Fairfield University intramural trophy over his head in the very first live stream.
Once again, we would like to thank our crew for today's phenomenal effort. Garrett Nelson, Danny Capola as supervisors. Garrett Nelson also as crew chief. Brendan McDermott as third base referee. The real deal. Ryan O'Neill as scorekeeper. And Ethan Godfrey as the head coordinator of Fairfield University intramurals.
And Tim Desmond for almost doing his job.
I was just gonna skip Tim.
Yeah, well, I figured we'd call him out one last time.
I mean, this is the internet.
And folks, hopefully we will be able to see you again tomorrow night for the men's softball championship, and Monday, hopefully you will be able to join us as we broadcast the basketball championships.
We will be there. We did a great job tonight, Roy. It was an absolute pleasure.
It was a pleasure, Andrew.
All right, we will be back tomorrow night, same channel, not same time. It will start at 9:45 p.m. Eastern. I don't believe Tim Desmond will be called back.
Nice late night.
We will get you that crew. We
Tim
will get
Desmond?
you that
No.
crew. I think I might be scheduled to ref, so I might need a cover.
Ooh, we will find out. We could have one new crew member tomorrow, 2 new crew members tomorrow. Who knows? But what is for sure is we will be back here on the same exact channel at 9:45, broadcasting men's softball championships.
Once again, thank you for listening to WWF's coverage of Co-Rec Intramural Softball.
Yes!
I'm Andrew Jameson, a.k.a. JMO. He's Roy Cook, a.k.a. Roy
RC
Cook.
buckets.
RC Buckets. Good night, everybody.